D33 Supreme Court case of Roe v. Wade legalized women's rights to an abortion by terms of medical privacy. Although Roe v. Wade continues to be the most controversial ruling in U.S. history, it remains an influential turning point in the evolution of women's rights to this day.
Our topic was on the Roe v. Wade court case and was one of the most controversial court cases, making it relate very well to our 2021 History Fair theme, debate and diplomacy. Roe v. Wade was a court case, so naturally many people had very different opinions on the ruling and the case. In 1970, Jane Roe filed a lawsuit against the district attorney of Dallas County, Henry Wade, challenging a Texas law making abortion illegal except by a doctor's orders to save a woman's life. In her lawsuit, she alleged that the state laws were unconstitutional, vague, and abridged her right of personal privacy protected by the 1st, 4th, 5th, 9th, and 14th Amendments. In the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment is a fundamental right to privacy that protects a pregnant woman's choice whether to have an abortion. However, this right is balanced the government's interest on protecting women's health and protecting the potentiality of human life. In the Texas law challenged in this case violated this right. The court considered it moot. Earnest attempts to create, witness, and take part in a court proceeding and an exercise to learn the court crafts, concluding it was not when the subject of litigation is capable of repetition yet evading review, a case need not be dismissed as moot. Pregnancy is a classic justification for a conclusion of non-mootness. The Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment protects against state action the right to privacy, and women's right to choose to have an abortion falls within the law right to privacy. Many pro-life groups were not happy about the court ruling, again proving that our topic fits into our History Fair topic, debate and diplomacy.
Many pro-life groups did not want abortion legalized because they would be killing an unborn baby and not be allowing it to live. Pro-life supporters would and still do stand out of abortion clinics and try to guilt women into not having an abortion. Many proclaim that human life is a precious gift from God, and whoever receives this gift has responsibilities toward God, self, and others. That society, through its laws and social institutions, must protect and nurture human life at every stage of its existence. We personally believe that Roe v. Wade was a necessary law and that it was an important law. If Roe v. Wade had not been legalized, women would not have the right to have an abortion, which seems pretty crazy to us. We strongly believe that women should be able to choose if they want to have an abortion. In the 1980s, anti-abortion leaders focused on the idea of establishing fetal personhood as a national norm, pushing for fetal protection well outside of the abortion context of homicide laws, personal injury law, and even child abuse laws. These efforts proved remarkably successful, and 38 states now treat an unborn child as a person in a non-abortion homicide cases. Groups like Americans United for Life fought for state laws that required women to hear highly disputed statements about the risk of abortion, including its supposed connection to the post-traumatic stress, regret, infertility, and breast cancer. Again, providing just how many opinions there are on Roe v. Wade.
To sum up what has been stated, we believe that Roe v. Wade, our topic, fits into our History Fair theme, debate and diplomacy, because there are many different opinions on the court case and abortion rights. Many people believe that women should have the right to choose an abortion, and many don't agree, stating that human life is a precious gift from God and that whoever receives this gift has responsibilities towards God, self, and others, and that society, through its laws and opinion to state. We do not agree with the fact that it is a gift from God for 3 reasons. 1, it is not true for everyone because not everyone believes in God. 2, we should also be supporting the women's getting the abortion because it is her choice. And 3, it could be very dangerous to some women if they are guilted into not having an abortion.
The 1973 Supreme Court case of Roe v. Wade legalized women's rights to an abortion by terms of medical privacy. Although Roe v. Wade continues to be the most controversial ruling in U.S. history, it remains an influential turning point in the evolution of women's rights to this day. Some resources that we use to find information about our thesis is an article by Margaret Talbot, a New Yorker. It was on the Supreme Court and the future of Roe v. Wade. Another source was how the anti-abortion movement used progressive playbook to chip away at Roe v. Wade by Mary Ziegler and Robert L. Tsai from Politico.com. These articles helped us understand the Roe v. Wade court case and helped us gather more specific information to summarize our thesis. We got to learn more from the perspective of one who is pro-choice, as well as how they speak about their opinion on this topic and how that can affect one's ways of living and their interactions with one another. These articles are important because without them we would not know as much as we do now, making our thesis and theme less detailed and less accurate. Our articles and the information in them help prove our thesis because they help us get to know better about Roe v. Wade, the court case.
One resource that we used to help find evidence for our thesis and theme was Rewriting Roe v. Wade by Donald H. Reagan. We used this resource because we felt the information given would help us understand more about Roe v. Wade and the legal difficulties about the court case. The 78-page article summarizes the author's opinion on how he would rewrite Roe v. Wade. This article helped us by giving us important information about other people's opinions on our topic and how Donald H. Reagan would rewrite Roe v. Wade. He argued about an equal protection argument. He suggested that abortion should be viewed as presenting a problem we might call the law of Samaritism. This is the law concerning obligations imposed on certain individuals to give aid to others. This article helped us see one's perspective and we could compare that to others. This article helped us by giving us other people's opinion on Roe v. Wade and allowing us to have a broader understanding to write our thesis as well as our theme.
In conclusion to what has been stated, we believe that Roe v. Wade was a necessary event that needed to take place to legalize the right to an abortion, so that women would be able to have an abortion if wanted/needed. When we were researching about our topic, we found many people who supported abortion, stating criminalizing abortion sent providers and patients into the shadows. By 1965, illegal abortions made up 1/6 of all pregnancy-related deaths in the United States. And that's just according to official reports. Doctors think that the actual number of deaths from illegal abortions was a lot higher. Attempts to prohibit abortion particularly hurt people with low incomes. A survey conducted in the 1960s found that among people with low incomes in New York City who had obtained an abortion, 8 in 10 had attempted a dangerous self-induced procedure, while others did not want abortion legalized, stating that human life was a gift from God and that everyone who was given this gift has the rights to God.